I took my 3D prints from this to this in 3 easy steps. So let's talk about it. So tip number 1 here, setting number 1 that I changed is a very simple setting, but something that really kind of got me off on a clean slate. So if we look over at Cura here, okay, I'm on the main print setting tab, not in the show custom area, but you can see that there's this sort of error message here saying recommended settings for normal were altered. I've been messing with a lot of different settings, and honestly, it kind of seemed like I had a lot of things that were super out of whack. So I was getting that weird kind of top coat consistency on my prints. So all I did to start, fresh, clean slate, hit this reset button right here. Reset all of my settings to default. I was messing with my print speed, I was messing with my top layer, I was messing with my infill pattern, all kinds of different things I was adjusting, and honestly I just felt like maybe I was a little too deep in there. So in order to kind of reset my entire printer, reset my entire Cura, I just reset my settings to default to start. Now, second thing I did is I utilized Cura's built-in settings already. Again, I kind of wanted to go back a little bit to the basics because I felt like I was straying a bit too far off the path. So what I did is right up top here, if you're using Cura, one of the more advanced versions right now, I believe I'm on 5.8.1 or something like that, it has these profile settings up top here. So depending on what you're looking for in your prints, so you can do balanced, visual, engineering, or just a draft. Okay, I changed mine to visual just because I was hoping for really solid, high quality prints, and then I kind of based my settings off of what Cura gave me right away. Okay, so again, if I click on visual, you can see how some of these settings are going to change. If I go into show custom, my print speed went from 100 down to 50 millimeters per second. Okay. There's a bunch of other things that are going to change, such as your infill, the speed of the different layers, your quality, your layer height's going to change a little bit, your widths, etc. So changing it from that to from balanced to visual is going to make a huge difference in terms of narrowing down your printer in order to get higher quality prints. Now, the only issue with that, if I changed it back to balance, you'll see the time is going to drastically increase. Now, I think that's a good price to pay, and you're going to have that regardless. So you can see 4 hours for a balanced print, but if you switch to visual and keep every setting the same, you're going to be looking at right around 6 hours and 37 minutes. Now, I took that a step further, again, just to ensure that I had highest quality top layer, is I'm going to change the resolution from normal to fine. Once I slice that again, you'll see that it adds on about another hour and a half. So it should be right around 8 hours, 9 hours. Okay. So again, the time increases drastically, but I think the quality of the print is just incredibly higher, as you can see based off of the video at the beginning, and I'll put a little bit on the screen here, kind of a side-by-side comparison. And last but not least, one of the things that you'll see up in the top right-hand corner, and something I took off, is a prime tower. Now, I wasn't very familiar with this, but because I'm using the Ultimaker S3 that has the dual extruder capability, what this prime tower does is it's kind of like the Bamboo Labs, how they purge the previous filament. What this does is essentially when it switches, is it just makes sure that it cleans each of those filament heads. So if I hit that preview tab, you can see kind of what we're going to be looking at here. So it's almost like, I think of it, looks like a solder connection here. But anyway, you can see that it's going to build a small layer, and every time you're going to change the filament, or the color is going to change, it'll essentially come over here, clean itself, retract, and then you can continue on. So I noticed a bunch of different stringing. Again, I'll zoom in on this video here so you can see that there's kind of blue spots that kind of melted with the white lettering, and I really did not like that. So putting this prime tower on was a game changer for how nice my prints looked. So in order to find that setting, I'm going to click on settings here, go to show custom. Okay. Now, once I'm going to show custom, sorry, I have all these open here, I'm going to go to dual extrusion. So once I'm in dual extrusion, I'm going to click here for enable prime tower. The prime tower type that I have, I usually stick with normal. I haven't tried interleaved, but you're welcome to do that. Again, I just stuck with normal, and then I put this here, the wipe inactive nozzle, on the prime tower as well. Again, just so I had the highest likelihood for my prints to be as clean as possible. So once I had that set, that's the result that you see on the screen here. It's just nice, clean print. It's not 100% perfect, but it's so much better to what I was struggling to fix a little bit ago. So that's the video, everybody. Before we kind of get into the normal end of video spiel, I do want to thank my wife. She got me this awesome chair here for my birthday. She always kind of makes fun of me for building my community, but now I can do so in comfort. So it's a much improved version from the free one we got off the side of the road a couple years ago. So just wanted to give her a small shout out. She's incredible. With that being said, if you did enjoy the video today, please consider liking and subscribing. Again, it does really help out. If you have any questions, as always, I'd love to talk with you in the comments below. So if you have anything about 3D printing, electronics, software, whatever you might have, let's chat. I would love to hear from you. Any suggestions that you have, any tips, tricks, anything like that to make these videos better for you, I would be happy to do so. So you can feel free to drop a comment below. Feel free to send me an email at kennedydiy01@gmail.com. I'd love to chat with you. But thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one.